My name is Sean Goins. I am the Program Outreach Director for Soldier's Wish. I served in the United States Army from 2005 till 2007 until I was medically retired due to spinal injury. August of 23. Like most veterans, I suffered from mental health issues, depression, anxiety. For me, my spinal injury is it's a pain I go through every single day. Most days I walk with a cane. At one point in time I was in a wheelchair for almost a year. It got to do great for me in August. I ended up in my closet with my handgun and was preparing to pull the trigger. Next thing I knew, I started hearing my kids and my wife calling me. That day I changed. I went and sold everything that I owned, gun-wise. 2 weeks later I got called to do this job. And because of that, my wife and kids have commented so many times on the change that they've seen in me as a person, as a husband, as a father, where I was no longer just existing, but now truly moving forward with a purpose. And for me, that's helping other veterans stay away from that point where I was in my life. With my role as Program Outreach Director, there's a lot of moving parts that go along with it, and it does take a lot of time and an effort on my part. So it starts by going to our website and nominating a veteran service member or their family. When nomination form comes in, we determine whether or not they're qualified. All they have to do is be either active duty or National Guard. If they're a veteran, have a DD-14 that says honorable or general discharge. From there, we see if we have the right relationships with companies or donors in place to be able to grant a wish. Some are easier than others. An HVAC system, we have partners in place that have committed to doing a year of full replacements. Or we have smaller companies that say, yeah, I can help with like a repair. When those type of things come around, we usually reach out to them and see if this is something that they can help with. But for some of the bigger projects, that takes a lot longer, takes more moving parts to try to piece everything together. And then from there, it's about assessing cost, because at the end of the day, not everything can be done for free. So with that, we take into account all aspects of what's going on in the veteran's life. So if it is something that is this has to happen now, that comes into play. When it comes to making it a surprise, like, does this veteran suffer from PTSD? Is this something that they will be able to, that it's appropriate for us as an organization to do in a public setting? Not all veterans can handle being on stage and being in front of a crowd. We have lots of veterans that we've dealt with that, struggle with, social issues, being around other people. And so we want to be respectful of that and of the family. Because again, these people are coming to us in a time of need. So once we grant the wish, right, then it's working on actually implementing everything that we've been planning. And sometimes that goes to plan, sometimes it doesn't. But that's the great thing about my job is I work with the people who are part of this that have signed on to make this happen. And together we all move forward to find a way to enriching this veteran's lives. I mean, a wish can be for anything. One I just granted last week was for a laptop for a veteran going back to school. He needed one right now, for his program, because the one he had was from 2017 and it could not handle the current program that he was using. That was only a $500 laptop that, we had a donor that donated the laptop, And so yes, we do have wishes that range from something as small as a few $100s all the way up to something that, $60,000. But again, it just matters on us stepping in and helping wherever we are needed. Getting involved, that means, biggest thing, nominating, people online. Veterans are horrible at asking for help. Another way is going to our volunteer portal and signing up. From there, we'll reach out for events or special projects. From there, you can go onto Facebook, on our social media pages, follow us, like, share our content, and finally is donate. We need funds to be able to do these things, to grant these wishes, to do more good throughout the United States. As we do more, we're gonna find that more people need help. They know that we're somebody that they can reach out to for actual help.